Hey, everybody. Thank you all for being here as we look back at ICON last week. Got a great little stream that we're going to do talking about all the best moments. And instead of playing our regular pre-show, which I know that most of you guys enjoy, we got something a little special cooked up. So we'll be back at the top of the hour in 10 minutes, and we will proceed with our regular live show. But here is a special look at ICON. Hope that you guys enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to Echo Base Network. We are live right here at the ICCCON. This is the sixth ICON. This is number 6, and it's number 4 for us.
Yeah.
We've been coming since the very first one. Wave.
Would you like to save the or destroy the I like to see where everybody's going. Alright, you can see what's going on. Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River.
Let's blow the roof off for the coolest man in the galaxy! Baby Warriors!
Thank you very much. It's nice to see everybody. It's a beautiful day. What are you doing in here? Nice outside today.
Spidey sense was tingling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have discovered the one thing that will make the DA stop talking, and it is called fatigue.
Down by the underground, I drink about a Hennessy you got on your shelf. So just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Oh, yo, ladies, oh, how I like the funky. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. Stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereo's bumpy. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm funky. I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this.
Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens.
How's it going, sir? Good. How are you? I'm well. I'm doing really good. Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing? Yeah. Who was now here in America? Because everyone hoops and hollers.
Panel, and of course we get started right now. Mr. Dennis Lawson, Wedge Antilles. And gold leader himself, Mr. Angus McGinnis. And you know him from Tatooine, and you know him from Yavin, Mr. Garrett Hagen, Big Star Glider. Red 3.
You guys are the most friendly, warm, and courteous bunch I've ever been with.
A Jedi Knight, Ayla Sakura. I'd like to introduce Amy Allen. Amy, come on in, have a seat. And we have Michonne Bourrier back there with us, Aura Singh. So we're going to get some tales from a bounty hunter and a Jedi Knight today.
Go ahead, man.
I won't get behind.
You're good. Hello.
Hello. Echo Base Network. Yo. Whoa.
I'm coming back by the other way.
JD636. Water.
Footage tomorrow. What you drinking?
Coke.
Yeah, right. You liar. Hey.
Moonshine.
Say something crazy.
Talk to me. Something crazy.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to bleep that out, girl.
I don't know. He was using something, but he was good at it.
Hello.
Jedi Master Michael.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah.
People say, yo, Humpty, you're really funny looking. That's alright, cause I get things cooking. You stare, you glare, you constantly try to compare me, but you can't get near me. I'm giving more, seeing on the 4 feet, all the girls, they adore me. Oh yes, ladies, I'm really being sincere, cause in the 69, my Humpty nose will tickle your ribs, my nose is big.
This is no Lego, son.
I can't go to bed till they do this.
Oh, I'm staying up all night for this. I bet Richmond was the kind of kid that took his toys and went home.
He's having that same problem.
I just cannot believe John Graber spent like 4 days here without shooting.
Me and Mattuine are watching the show here.
Very intriguing.
This is what I look like right now. Can you imagine how mad kids were on Christmas when they were trying to transform Megatron? Yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome back. So glad to be back here streaming, and tonight we're talking all things Icon. Time is precious. The man is here. We're not waiting. We're bringing him in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited. Mr. Icon himself, Michael Havens. Let's go.
Hey,
what's up?
Hey, thanks for having me. I like that icon thing, man. I've never heard that before. That's clever.
It was a way for us to shorten up.
You've never been called an icon? Well, that just changed tonight.
I have an icon on my Facebook. Does that help?
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. We had such a great time. Everybody in the audience, if you don't know, ICON, the Imperial Commissary Collectors Convention, ICCCON, if you will. This is the man right here. This was his vision. This is the founder. This is the guy that runs it. Nick and I have been going for, we've been 4 times now. We've going all the way back to the very first one with William Shatner.
Nice.
And I think that we had the most fun at this one. Like, they're all fun every single time. It just keeps getting better. So, I mean, Michael, we're going to let you start it off. Like,
yeah, no, thank you for the kind words, man. And thanks for coming. I appreciate that. It was an awesome show. As you said, it really went smooth. We seem to have figured out really what we're doing. I did like the extra day, but I also didn't like the extra day. So we're going to see how that works out. But it did sure make like lines and stuff easy. Everything was way easier. Everybody was more spread out. Food trucks were a total hassle. I don't know if I ever want to have food trucks again. But maybe, but also it was nice because it also spread people around. I mean, there was never a time where I really felt like boxed in or tight, and I always hate that at conventions. And we did run into that a couple years ago at the Sheridan, and it was just because we had so many guest stars and like droids and stuff in the hallway area. And so we totally gutted that, and it like flowed really, really nice. So I was super happy about that. I've been looking for bad reviews. I don't really see them. I had one person that was like, there wasn't enough vintage. But I was like, did you like go to the rooms? Like, the thing is sometimes people don't get that that's the biggest problem right there is I don't know what to call it. 'Cause it's not a Comic-Con. It's not a sci-fi convention. It's not a toy show. It's like, I always say it's like a sleepover, a long time sleepover with a bunch of 40-year-olds. We all bring our own toys. We all buy, sell, and trade. We all hang out all night and party and have drinks. And I mean, movie stars get up there and play music, and it doesn't fit into a Comic-Con realm. I don't know what it is. You could call it a festival, but there aren't enough people doing drugs in the woods. So
true.
I know what it is for me. Like,
what is it? Go ahead.
Well, so in most of our adult lives, what are we trying to do? We're trying to recapture the feelings and the moments from our childhood.
Yep.
We get that when we buy the toys. We get that when we walk up and down the aisles and we see all of the vintage everywhere. It is like a time machine, and it makes me feel like a little kid again. And with Star Wars, especially with Star Wars, there is a whole lot of negativity. And look, we report on that stuff, Mike. You know, we talk about the things that we like, the things that we don't like. There's been an awful lot with Star Wars in the last few years that we do not like. But man, when you go to ICON, the ICCCON, when you go there and walk around, it just lifts your spirits. I am refreshed. I bought a Generation 1 Jazz, It was on my list. I said, if I see one, I'm buying it. Walked around, got a great deal on it. I got a complete Superion. And what's even crazier, I was able to find a huge G.I. Joe collection in the wild while I was up there.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's funny, man. Just if anybody was wondering, see, I told you it's not just a Star Wars convention.
Yeah.
Did you get anything Star Wars, bro?
It's not. I did. I upgraded my TIE Fighter pilot, loose, perfect emblems. You know, little things I was looking for. I got some loose pieces, but yeah, I saw some Transformers. Rissman got a G1 Megatron. It took him 2 hours to transform it. It was great.
Oh man, that's a tough one. It's a tough
every bit as
transform.
tough as I remember.
Yeah.
He had to transform it so he could get it on the plane.
Yeah, I needed to be.
Yes.
But
it's just a robot, I swear.
And the other thing that's so cool, you know, other than being around people who speak the same language that we do, you know, the love of the toys and the collectibles. But oh my goodness, man, the guests that you have been able to bring in over the years, and this year, what a treat it was to be able to sit down and see the Rebel pilots together.
Yeah,
I mean, guys, these jokers are getting older, and none of us are going to be around forever. And Michael Havens is bringing. If you love Star Wars, oh my goodness, I got to sit there and watch Dennis Lawson on stage talking with the other Rebel pilots with Gold Leader. This in Biggs, this is just crazy.
I bought Biggs a Blue Moon.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Ladies and gentlemen, our partner here, rap extraordinaire, Derek Anderson, the DA, is here with us. He was here with it. He was with us the entire time at the convention. Mike, you got to meet him as well. Hey, Derek.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, Mike, how's it going, man?
What's up, man? How'd you like it?
Oh, man, what a blast, man. First time. That was my first time, and it won't be my last time. I'm telling you that right now, man. I had an absolute blast hanging out, not just with the Echo Base family and everything, but just seeing ICCCON for the first time and just seeing everything, you know, the toys, I think the thing that really was striking to me is just being able to be up close and personal with a lot of the, you know, actors from the Star Wars, trilogy and everything, you know, talking to Admiral Atbar, you know, Tim Rose, and just listening to him tell stories.
His wife was really sweet
awesome,
too.
man. Yeah. And I had a chance to sit down and chop it up with Timothy Zahn as well. You know,
he's so cool.
Because you know, I'm a writer. I actually write books as well. And what's cool is I got to pick his brain for about 15 minutes because he didn't really have anybody at his table. So I was like, hey, what's up, man? Let's talk. And you know, he told me all about his writing process and everything. And it was so like wonderful just to talk to him. And he's just like a normal guy, just a regular guy. And he's just telling me, hey, here's what I do. Here's what you should think about and everything. And he gave me a card for some, you know, for some possible editing help. You know, I think through his son. So yeah, I mean, it's just a great experience, man. You got to bring it out here on the West Coast, bro. All right.
No.
If you can get it closer to me, man, trust me, man. I think everybody out here would love it, man. But you know, I got, you know, it's cool. It's in Nashville. I got family in Nashville, so I was able to see some family while I was out there. But man, you got to get it out here on the West Coast, man. If you can, that would be dope, man. I would love it.
Well, people do say that, man, and I have thought about it. What I did is at this one, I just launched the IC for Life charity. So if you want to look at that, it's icforlifecharity.org. And what that's going to do is essentially I want to make this convention into here's the hook. Here's what I'm running into. If I don't raise the prices and put more money on the autographs and charge more, I can't fight with the corporates. Because what they do, here's the hook. The reason why you get to spend the time with the actors and meet the actors and hang out with the actors is because they don't spend half of the convention time in a back room where you're sitting there waiting in line looking at an empty booth, signing Topps cards in the thousands. So they come out with writer's cramp being like, this is garbage, because they just signed 10,000 cards for a tenth of the price because it stops in the back room or Funko or whatever. And they come out and they're dead tired, man. But that's why it's not really a secret. But the problem is if we keep continuing this way, then I mean, our vendor booths are $750. If you go to a major convention that has Lando Calrissian at it, they're $1,700. Like, all those things, as wonderful as they are, it makes it maybe break even. It makes me worry that you guys aren't going to show up for 3 months of my life. It makes me work my tush off. It makes me move the pipe and drape instead of getting like movers, because that extra $4,000, that's got to go somewhere. And that's that. And I don't want to put those costs on the people. I don't want to go corporate because then everything's ruined. Room sales are gone. They're never going to let me have flying, spinning Twi'leks in the air over concrete. I mean, you know what I mean? Like there's certain
Hey,
rules.
that was fun too, man. I like
That
that.
was awesome, right?
Yeah. Timothy Don was sitting out there watching it with us.
It was
crazy, You don't go to a convention and see a Cirque du Soleil, but we want to be able to do all those things. So the only way that we're going to be able to do this, where we grow it and we go to places like California, Texas, Ohio, New York, whatever. I mean, I can move anywhere. I have a trucking company and logistics brokerage in real life. So as far as getting the stuff to anywhere in the world, it's like my job, literally.
That's what you do. That's your job.
So that's easy. The problem is it's got to be, in order for us to keep continuing to grow, because once we get into like the Ewan McGregors and stuff, man, I mean, not speaking any numbers, these are all made up just because there's contracty things. But I mean, that's $350,000 just for him. Like, that's no joke. And if we don't offset that, and what am I going to do? Am I going to be like, well, all right, vendor tables are $1,700 and we're in this giant, horrible venue where I have to shove 800,000 people through the door in order to break even. And then it just ruins everything. And then the guest stars are exhausted. They're unhappy. I mean, you guys hung out with guest stars at the bars or whatever, right? Yeah. Did any of you guys go up and bother them for autographs or anything?
No,
not once.
That's because it's not like that. You know what I mean? And once they feel that it's not like that, it's true fans. Once they feel that, then they come out of their shell. And that's how we get these awesome experiences, one after another. But when they walk out of their hotel room, I remember, what was it? Mark Thompson, who did the voice, reads all the Thrawn books and everything, and a whole bunch of Star Wars books.
Yeah.
He's also like a Pokemon and way famous for other things, but I was like, you're Grand Admiral Thrawn, And but he was on the podcast stage, and the first part is he said, I've never seen anything like this ever. I go to a lot of conventions, and I walked out of my room, and there's people just buying and selling toys everywhere. And then I heard that Mark Thompson ended up walking by, and I don't know what the game was, but it's a Star Wars card game. No, it's like they play, it's kind of like Pokemon, but for Star Wars. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know what your game you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called though.
Well, he was walking by the lobby and there were like 4 people playing, and he was like, you staying here for a while? And he ran up to his room and grabbed his deck and came down and played with them. Like, that's what I try to do. I try to get guest stars that are nice. Then I try to give them Southern hospitality out of the wazoo. You know what I mean? They show up, their ride's there. There's somebody with their name on a piece of paper. They come, they got their per diem ready. They got their one sheet ready. They know everything they're going to do. They get a bottle of wine and they get sent to their hotel room, and then I buy them a nice dinner. We all had barbecue because we had a lot of British people and they're always like, we want barbecue. But I do a nice dinner for them and we really take care of them. And that ends up translating into them hanging out with you guys. And you guys don't bother them or hassle them. You're just like, hey, how was, I don't know, filming Return of the Jedi? And they love, just because they're just hanging out, they become part of this family too. And that's what's so special. And in order not to lose that, I can't let it go corporate. And I mean, they have been banging down my door. There's a corporate convention that's going to come into Tennessee. It's called, I'll rat them out. I don't care. It's called, because I have no corporate connections. They don't own me. But it's called Nashville Celebrity Comic-Con. And there's this little con that comes in from North Carolina that's called Nashville Comic-Con. So it's kind of totally messed up. They stole 75% of his name. But they're coming in, and I looked at their website, and they're selling vendor tables $1,750, and they're in the fairgrounds. We're in a 4-star hotel.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's why, in order to fight these corporates, because they're going to come in and they're going to bring, the $1 million guest stars, because you've been to these other cons, how they pay for those $1 million guest stars. They pump you through like you're in a meat market. And it's like people chasing over you and get a number and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin it. So in the perfect world, that's why I'm starting IC for Life charity, besides the fact of all the things that it'll do good for the community. But check it out, icforlifecharity.org. But what it'll do, it'll allow us to essentially become the Southwest Airlines of Comic-Cons, where it's literally owned by the people that make it. So the thing is I've got to stop, guys. I'm 43 years old. I got to stop being the one that moves pipe and drape. And that's what I do. Like the week before, I move everything you see to that building. And then right after the show, I was up until midnight, literally just going back and forth with truckloads of TVs and pipe and drape and video games and swag and merch and banners. And you know what I mean? It's like, I'm old. I can't just move a house before a con, throw a con, and then move a house after the con, because it's killing me. And it's killing the wonderful guys that help me, because they're all my age too, like us, you know? But the thing is if I go, all right, I'm going to get the lumpers, right? And I go, let's just get moving company. That's another $4,000, and that's got to go somewhere. So what do? Raise the prices of autographs $5 each? Then I'm that guy. What do? Raise the price of tickets? I think they're already too expensive, and I feel bad about it, but that's just the market price. I can't change it. No.
Wait,
you know
what's that
mean?
website again? You said it was IC for Life?
Charity.org. But it is a .org. We have all our paperwork in. We're just waiting for them to approve it. But I've been asked the finalized questions, so we're like this close. I've been doing it for 8 months. And then it'll officially turn on. But what that'll do is that'll end up building up, and there's also different levels you can get and stuff like that, so you can actually choose. So like, man, if you're crazy rich and you really want me to throw a con in California, you just tell me. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm only going to take a $1 salary per year. So it's not coming to me. I don't want money. I just don't want to be eaten by the corporates and lose all this magic we have made, because it is magic. But unfortunately, it's non-profit already, but negative profit, but it all comes out of my pocket. So that's not a great business plan forever. I got to retire someday. And I'm telling you, when I was moving that pipe and drape at midnight on day 7 for me, I was just like, what the, and everybody would help, everybody loves this thing. And if people, between the Facebook groups and the convention and the room sales and this, that, and the other, there's people that come out that make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, I don't know. I'm not picking on anybody or just guessing or anything, but I know tables that sold out. I know tables that have made more than they ever made at any other show. I know for a fact I saw one picture in front of the CAS booth where somebody was dropping off 1,000 loose figures. And I know they charge $49.99. So what's 1,000 times $49.99? And that's how much they made in that hour.
49,000.
Can you grab a sponsorship or something? Help us out. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to try to do with this IC for Life thing. And then in a perfect world, we can build it up, essentially build our own convention center so no one can ever take this away. And also allow us to travel to different places. Because here's the thing. I could get my wonderful volunteer squad once a year till forever. But I can't be like, hey, listen, we're going to throw a con in California. Everybody, because the entire squad that throws this thing comes out of pocket for their own plane tickets. I buy the lodging, like I rent a big mansion, but still it's $20,000 bill, and they all come out of their pockets every single year. So in the perfect world, I would just like to reimburse the people that give their time, treasure, blood, sweat, and tears to this, and pay for regular things like people to move stuff. Or my poor wife here, I'll throw this one out there. She works her tush off during this thing, right? And then on Monday, what she had to do was at 4 a.m., she woke up and she did trips back and forth to the airport. And I didn't see her till 7:30 at night. So that's what you know what I mean? But the only way to circumvent that is you get car services for all the guest stars, which is $125 per guest star. But still, any regular convention would have that. And that would be a $3,000 charge that I would have to offset by raising prices of merch or whatever. And I don't want to do that. Or we have to get somebody else. We got to get together and become this Southwest Airlines thing so we could throw the basic $2,000 at that, and then my wife could take the day off after the con. I could not be sitting here with a backache a week later because I'm big and old, man. And you saw all that pipe and drape in there. That's all metal poles. And
yeah,
it didn't even look like the Sheraton.
Yeah. Yeah. But so all those things are going to come together. This is going to be the next thing I'm doing, and that's why I'm talking about it. And then that will dictate all the things we can do. If we get super collectors like Leonardo DiCaprio that are gazillionaires that want to throw $1 million our way, shoot, man, I'll be out there doing a con in California in 3 months. I don't care. I'm not taking a penny. I have good jobs that don't require my services all the time because they're established. But the thing is this has to see. The other thing people don't really think about, and I'm sorry, I've been on this for so long already, and I wasn't trying to lose your time. But since you got me on it, I'll tell you.
Great.
Yeah, I'll totally like behind the curtain. No corporation, just fans. You know. But what happens is, like for example, like even the plane tickets and stuff like that. I mean, it's like $30,000 in plane tickets. The people don't realize that the way a convention works is I purchase absolutely everything you see, from the hotel rooms to the plates to the pipe and drape to the AV to the guest stars to the tables, everything. I take it out of my pocket. I give it to 40 different companies to hold and keep. And then I pray that you guys show up.
No.
Because I already laid it out. It's going to cost me $400,000 whether there's a person there or not. So that stress factor, now that I'm 43 years old, I mean, I don't like the reason it brought it in, and I hate to bring this up in a Star Wars podcast about love and happiness and family and this, that, and the other, but it came into sharp relief this year because of how crazy it is out there. Yeah. And if that thing that happened went an inch a different way, I would have lost all the money that was in this convention and no one would have come. And then what am I doing? I just screwed up my whole life because I'm trying to throw a cool party for Star Wars people. But instead, if we all throw in $10, I don't have to worry anymore. And that's what I want to do. So that really made me nervous this year because honestly, guys, I mean, I was waiting that 3 weeks before the con, 4 weeks before the con, because I'm like, God forbid, what if anything major happens? The blank here, the blank there, the thing overseas. I mean, there's 40 different things that could make everybody not leave their house tomorrow. Yeah. And then what am I doing? I'm holding a $400,000 bag for nothing. So I've got to take that. And I never thought of it before because I'm just a nerd being like, it's fine. Everybody will come. You know what I mean? And everybody would come, but God forbid.
Something
and then what do I do? Like sell my house? Like I don't want to do that. It took me a long time to get this house. I mow the freaking yard. You know how long it made me to get grass? You know what I mean? Like, so
and you got a lot of grass to cut there.
That's what I'm saying, man. And I don't want to lose that, but I will throw it forever. We'll always figure it out. But I think it will bring in that extra layer of, for me, just no stress because it's a lot of stress. I mean, it's a lot of money. And, also, it'll allow, if I am ever too old to do it or retire or something happens to me, it'll have a board of directors that can keep this going. Because it doesn't require me. As much as it requires me to be the dancing bear and say, I love you guys, come on down to the show. Someone else could do that, or you can, with an actual nonprofit organization that has a war chest, you can just hire some dancing monkey like me to do it. You know what I mean? But it can last forever, and there's no reason for it to stop with me because as I've seen more and more, the podcasters are getting younger, the attendees are getting younger. I mean, there's a future generation of this that, what am I going to do? I certainly can't be loading up pipe and drape when I'm 60, guys, and that's right around the corner. Let alone 50. I mean, it was hard enough at 43.
It wore us out, and we were just there.
I know, just attending.
So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. But yes, I don't know when the next one is. It's totally going to be decided by the community. I'm starting a podcast that I hope you guys will even come on. It's going to be an audio one, not all this visual, and I'm just going to knock it out, you know. And it's going to give updates and stuff on how the IC for Life charity is going, how the Imperial Commissary Network's going with all the Facebook groups and what's going on in the community, how the IC Roadshow is going, because I'd like to do that more. But I mean, even that, you know, and there's a bunch of different things that can grow so much quicker if we all band together. And since we're all shooting for the same thing, if you make 50 grand on the IC, toss IC for life $50. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for much.
Sounds fair to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. I mean, we run a ton of Facebook groups that a lot of people, that's their job, is they make sales on the IC. And that's great. I love that. Keep doing it. But we can all come together and shoot, man. I just think we can actually always keep the corporates out. And with the new Nashville Celebrity Comic-Con, feel free to look it up. But it's run by a couple of agents from Orange County, California that moved to Tennessee to do this. And if you guys remember 3 years ago, I was like chasing them out of this town. Yeah. But now they live here.
Yeah.
And now they're throwing a Comic-Con down the road that they're charging $1,700 a vendor table. So you know they're going to come with monster guest stars.
Yeah.
Like
the thing is, even though you don't have like a Mark Hamill or a Harrison Ford, like these huge mega stars, a lot of these actors are still people that the community loves and has never met, and the atmosphere there is far better than any of these corporate places, because like you were saying, you pass them in the hallway, you get in the elevator at the hotel with them, you see them eating at the bar, you have drinks with them,
you smoked a cigarette with Anthony Daniels.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't smoking. I was smoking while we were chit chatting. But me and Matt Risman up there had a long conversation with Anthony Daniels 2 years ago when it was at the Sheraton, and then
the Sheraton is magic, man.
Yeah,
the only way we're going to be able to get out of there is if we recreate it in a separate spot.
Yeah,
but it's.
Well, you were talking about the guest stars, Havens. I can't tell you how many of the stars we saw in the courtyard sitting down, eating a burger, watching the live music, just hanging out. They're literally right. Timothy Zahn was sitting at our table.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, wow.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen anywhere else. And the only reason why it happens is because they realize, once they've been there a day or so, they realize that it's just a bunch of real fans that love them. There is no one there saying, hey, I didn't like the last episode of Acolyte. Did you even hear that come up?
Once? No one talked about the Acolyte.
No.
But the thing is they weren't talking about it good or bad. They just left it alone.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything politics the entire weekend?
Not a word.
I mean, it's crazy. It is like this little anomaly bubble thing that happens, and it's freaking amazing. And my charge, what I am so nervous about totally, is that we can't destroy what we have made here, because there are a million ways. I could turn this thing on tomorrow, man, and I can make $15 million from it. Yeah. It's like that. And all I do is stop that from happening, because I'll be damned, and I'm sorry for swearing because I don't do that, but I'll be damned if the Montauk stage, which is named after a buddy of mine that passed away, turns into the Geico stage. Yeah. It's never going to happen. Yeah. Not on my watch. And that's why this thing is launched. That's what we're going to do. You're going to hear a ton about it, and it's going to be awesome, and it is going to make us grow into that higher echelon. So that way, because the thing is I could get a hold of the big stars. You know what I mean? Harrison Ford, forget about it. He does private signings for $10 million. Maybe I could get him to walk through the room one day. But but I can get to all these guest stars. The thing is the only thing that holds it up is, what am I going to do? Am I going to have, let's say, Mark Hamill, who I can get? And I'll tell you straight up, he's $1.5 million in private jet. Now, if I do that, how am I going to charge you guys $700 to get his autograph?
Yeah.
And how am I going to get the 30,000 people to make that offset?
Right.
On top of it, how am I going to get the 30,000 people in Tennessee, because Mark Hamill alienates half of the population?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
What am I going to do? But the thing is you can do that if you got official picks in the back room knocking out 2,000, 3,000 autographs.
Right.
And we don't have that, because I'm not going to let it happen, guys.
Yeah.
This con will go on forever, and it'll be a beautiful thing with all your help. But the only way it will go on is if it stays in its pure form. It is supposed to be family coming to a reunion every year.
Right. And that's why we like it so much.
Look, I've been to 3 Star Wars celebrations. I've been to multiple anime conventions. I've seen the big corporate thing. I know what that is. I don't ever want Icon to change. This is special. This is different. I don't want it to change. I can go to Star Wars Celebration every year if I need to, and I'm good. But if I want to get to like something that feels like family and feels like home, and we're just hanging out, and here's Timothy Zahn, and here's Tim Rose, and here's all these other various people. That's what I want, and that's the way Icon needs to stay. So I'm glad you said that, because I don't ever want it to change. What I experienced was legitimately the first time I've ever experienced something like that. I live in LA. I've been down to Comic-Con. I've been down to San Diego Comic-Con a ton of times. All right. And again, this is literally the first time I felt like I was just at a old family reunion or something with just a bunch of friends, and we got like hot, what we get, some Nashville hot chicken, and we had 400 wings. We were out there, and we were all this drinking and eating and just enjoying life. I'm watching Felix give lightsaber lessons. I mean, that was awesome, man. That was awesome, and you don't see that.
Michael, Felix, the guy that you had do lightsaber training, is he's one of our moderators and really good friends. Right there. Yeah.
Felix is an awesome guy, man. He's been coming for years. You know what he does? He comes and he does lightsaber training, and he also buys a VIP badge. There's a guy that's trying to help the cause, even though he has no reason to buy that badge. He already has all the access with the lightsaber training thing, but he does it just to be like, here, dude, I love this. Let me help a little.
And
you know what I mean?
He brings one of his children Felix, every time, and
he's a great guy.
He's an
I had to
amazing
find
guy.
a Spider-Punk badge for his daughter because she liked the Spider-Punk badge.
Yes, I knew that.
Felix, if I didn't find it for you, somebody did. But if they didn't, we'll find you one, or else one of these guys will give it to you. They got one.
Risman, can you DM Felix the link to join for just a moment, if you can? That would be great. One of our other members, John Graber. He volunteered.
John is literally like the best.
I
love John, man.
He is great.
He's our little hobbit buddy.
He had so much fun there. He always does. He's a one-man party. I'm trying to find a
dude. He ran up to me in the hall. Is it the picture of me?
Oh no, I was trying to find a picture of John.
Well, he ran up to me in the hall and he goes, "Pick me up like a baby for a picture."
Oh, I've seen that.
My back is 43 years old and I moved all this pipe and drape here. He's like, "Just do it." And you know what? I did, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's the best, man. He is a champion. He is so
watching
helpful.
your sister boss him around was the best part of the whole thing. We loved it. It was he loved every second of it. It was great.
Our good friend Natalie from Force of Light Entertainment, her and her sister Michelle, they came out from Knoxville.
Nice.
Couple other big YouTubers came out as well.
We had like 40 people there for our channel meetup at the convention. It's just
Beautiful.
special, man. And I'll tell you,
and that's why we make it our meetup every year.
As an old toy guy like Michael, I've known you for like 12 years in the toy world. I am ashamed to say this was the first year I ever went to a room sale.
Dude, I don't even know. Were you? I'm almost positive it was you, right? And I was outside, and I'm like, "Do you know what's going on in there?" That was hilarious. Dude, I've told that story 10 times. It was absolutely hilarious. It made my day. It made my day.
Look, I walked over to Nick after that. And I said, I was sitting there talking, and why was I saying these things?
Yeah.
I left with Jazz. I left with Superion. You told me that you said, go in the lobby right now and stop talking to me. And I said, yes, sir. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, man. No, that's the thing. And did you also get into the elevator where they put up the list?
Yeah, that's where I got the list.
We hit every room sale.
Yeah.
And look, audience, if you've never been to a room sale, okay, first of all, Michael has the entire Sheraton. We're going through all of the floors of the place, and there are doors open. There are signs. There's signs that tell you the room numbers. The door is open. You walk into people's hotel room, and they have shelves set up with vintage stuff all
on
over
the beds,
the place.
on the countertops, everywhere.
And you're sitting there talking. I walk in. They're laying on the bed watching the football game. What's up, guys? Come on in, take a look. And we just sit there and start talking football, and we're buying stuff, and it's It's just amazing.
That's
There's
what I
just
mean by
nothing
it's a
like it.
family affair. It doesn't feel like a convention. It feels like you're just hanging out with friends and you're just with your family. And it's like an entire Star Wars group just took over a hotel and we're all just trading and selling stuff to each other. I mean, that's what it is, legitimately. And it's so much fun. I couldn't believe it.
Room sales.
Coach had told me all about this, and I was like, all right, I've been to a bunch of conventions, whatever. Yeah, man, this is different. This is definitely different.
There's no corporate con that would let you do that. It is a horrible business decision, but it's wonderful for heart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man. This just like invigorates like all of your love for fandoms and for Star Wars and for everything. When you leave out of this thing, you just have a newfound love for the franchise and for everything. Because it's always so much negativity in the Star Wars fan base. We understand that, but like coming to this convention, like just made me just love the fans again, just the spirit of Star Wars fans. And so, that's why I'm like, man, come on back to the West Coast for us, bro. I would love that, but I understand where you're coming from with that.
Music City Havens.
Hey, look, if there's anything that we could do to, help that thing out, I'm gonna pump that charity out for you. I'll put that up on my channel. I'll
talk about it, follow along with it. And we're all gonna see it evolve into what it's gonna become. But man, I'm getting closer in my real job life to retirement. Luckily, I'm blessed and I've been lucky, and I work my tush off all the time, man. I'm constantly working, but I'm close enough to retirement that I could just do this whenever. Do you know what I mean? I could do 2 of these a year, 3 of these a year. I could do one in England. I got an idea for like this cruise thing. I mean, there's like lots of stuff I'd love to do. The thing is I mean, it's just the ways to get it funded is I go take the freaking $2 or $3 million that corporates offer me. Because they've offered it. I own Nashville right now. My convention name in Nashville is the Convention of Nashville. I mean, Nashville was never big on Comic-Cons or anything, so we're literally the biggest convention in Nashville. Nashville is the biggest growing city in the United States. They come to me constantly trying to buy this thing, and like the world's craziest musician from back in the day, I'm like, screw you, you won't destroy my art. Get out. You know what I mean? Because I don't care. Like I never wanted to be a trillionaire or something, man. You know what I mean? I am comfortable. I came from a little town. I grew up when I was getting the mini rigs, not the AT-ATs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. And so where I am, I'm so happy with where I am, and it's so much farther than I ever imagined it could be. That's got nothing to do with what I'm doing. And that's why this pure form comes out, where you go, well, there's room sales everywhere. Well, there's lightsaber training. Well, there's the aerial Skywalkers. Well, there's a random burlesque show at 11 o'clock at night one night.
Yeah.
Like,
karaoke going on too.
But they don't allow that at a corporate con. Could you imagine being at a corporate convention and all of a sudden a couple of the movie stars come out and just start playing with the band? Could you imagine a band at a corporate convention? It's bonkers. So I don't know, man. And that's why, I really do. I chase them off, and they keep coming and they keep coming, and now they're just building a con and doing it. You know what I mean? Because I've said no for 3 years. Like they're gonna come, but the thing is they're not from here, and some of the things that they're doing are huge mistakes if you live here. Like people are gonna there's just no way to get cars to where they're trying to get cars, and they don't realize it. So I tried to tell them, because I'm not that guy. And I was like, you should really look at traffic flow when they're doing like a flea market there. But that's what I'm saying. They have the flea market at the same building. The flea market, the tables are $75. They're charging $17.50. I mean, that's not. So we'll see how that goes. I wish them the best, obviously. But man, the corporates are coming calling, they're coming clawing. And if we want to keep them out and keep this thing pure, where we don't have to fight because we're either being instigated by some silly podcast post about something or being, you know what I mean? There's none of that. There's none of that. I never see as much love in this world anymore as I do at ICCCON. And that's crazy.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. There's no bad feelings. And the thing is, Mike, we make a lot of content here on our channel that I know people at the convention are going, oh, there's those Echo Base guys. I don't like them because that's what they think.
Yeah.
But none of that happens. We're all there speaking the same language that weekend. It is amazing. Like we all get along. And we had multiple people come up to us, hey, I really like y'all's channel. You know, I don't agree with everything y'all say, but I really like the way y'all do it. And I was like, thanks, man. You know, and then
those are good conversations. Yeah, not everybody has to agree on everything.
Exactly.
But they should be civil in the way they talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's what comes out here. And I don't understand how it's happening in 2024, guys, but I am not going to screw it up. I am not going to let that falter. And I will never, ever give it away to T-Mobile. So don't stress that.
Well, here's the lightsaber extraordinaire. He came in to say hello to you.
There's Felix.
Hi, how you
Hey,
doing?
what up, brother? How you doing?
Good. It was a great experience. You know, I had a great experience with the kids. There was a lot of kids that went through the demo. And yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm. There was some people there that were actual martial artists that came out to me. Yeah, a couple of dads that were there. They're saying, "Oh yeah, that looks good," and they were really happy about it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do it every year if you let me.
Felix, I love you, brother, and I'm so thankful that you do it. But that's how all these wonderful things happen. Is somebody who is extremely talented thinks of an idea and says, Mike, can I do lightsaber training? And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's a Star Wars convention. That sounds great. And that's how it happens. And I mean, that doesn't happen other places. But also, I don't know, like even, I don't know. We're kind of like off the mouse's radar, or since we don't make any money, they can't do anything to us anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you can't call it lightsaber training. You know, like, I don't care, dude, go nuts. But it's wonderful people like you that share their passion for whatever it is that they collect or they do, or I mean, shoot, man, martial arts is collecting. You have to collect different moves for millions of years to get anywhere near you are. So it's a focus, and those kind of things, people come out of the woodwork and they're like, I know how to do this. I know how to do that. And that's how all this wonderful stuff comes together. And it's so beautiful because every single year, new people come help. And Felix, man, I appreciate the heck out of you. I hear nothing but great things about the lightsaber training. I wish I had a giant venue, but we will build one day. And I wish I had a giant venue where I could put you right out front, brother. And but it's coming. It's coming. We are at the very beginning of this adventure.
Yeah, we had a good interaction with one of the lightsaber vendors.
Nice.
You know, because some of those guys come with their kids, right? So there was one of the, I forgot the name, but there was one of the teenager girls that went there twice.
Nice.
Because she they're already selling lightsabers, so they were really interested. Actually, that's her on the left, and my daughter's on the right, and then Coach is in the middle.
Nice.
So, but yeah. So that was, I think, the first day. Then the last day, that's when a lot of kids came in because that was Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday was the day that there was more people. But their coach took that was like a personal training session for him.
Worst student you ever had, but I had a lot of fun.
No.
I was gonna go out there, but man, it was so freaking hot. I was like, I'll die if I go out there.
October in Tennessee is a crapshoot, man.
Yeah, the Mandalorians were there next to us.
You mentioned the food trucks were tough for you. I got to tell you, I had the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life, and I also got a chance to watch Ross Barr almost die as he ate the chicken tender from hell, is what they called it, or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
And he tried it. Oh, it about killed him. It was crazy.
Food trucks, they can be good, man. The only problems with them, it wasn't every food truck. The problem with them is all right, Felix, when you said I want to do a lightsaber training thing, I said, yeah, sure. Like, I mean, I knew you already and it was cool, and I know you're a normal person, so it was cool. But I tried to do that with the food truck thing, and I told the food truck lady, I was like, all right, I want 4 trucks. Just, you can do everything. This is exactly what they're charging me. I don't care what you charge anybody, blah, 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 blah. So they put 8 trucks. The thing is we didn't need 8 trucks. So if you have 8 trucks, it spreads the money from the 4 food trucks to 8. And they 4 or 5 of them are like, we did terrible. We made $300. And it's like, well, I said to get 4 food trucks. And one of them was supposed to be a coffee truck. Now, I mean, I don't know. And I'm not picking on any food trucks in particular. But if you're throwing a Star Wars convention, man, you don't come out with like some like acai health bowl thing.
I saw the
Like,
bowls.
you have like deep fried bacon and butter, man. You'll crush it.
Yeah.
But
The pizza
and that's
one
my
was,
fault, you
the
know.
pizza one was good. The taco one was good.
Barbecue one was good.
Barbecue one was good.
Yeah,
The
but
chicken
there ain't
sandwich
none
was
of
the
us that
best
are
I've
gonna
ever
walk
had.
past the barbecue, the taco, the hot chicken to get to a bowl of like I don't know what even acai is.
Yeah, tofu and lettuce. You know?
Is it really tofu? That's See,
Very healthy.
I don't know, man. That's like there was plenty of grass there already. That's where I would have gone if I was going the tofu route. But. So those little things, but I can tweak those next year if I only call. Or if I do it myself. The problem is, this is another thing that goes back to IC for Life charity. It's just another thing that goes onto my plate where it should just be like, here you go, food trucks. You know what I mean? And we just pick up the $2,000 charge per day from the hotel. And then I don't care if the food trucks make any money because I'm not going to lose $2,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what the charity thing can do. Is it because a $2,000 fee for food trucks for San Diego Comic-Con is something they don't even think about. That would be like me buying a pack of gum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So out of a lot of the conventions I've been to just this year, I'll tell you somebody you should definitely try to get there that would bring a ton of people to Icon. Gina Carano.
I knew you were going to say Gina. I knew you were.
Oh, yeah. Gina Carano. We'll see if she gets a different agent.
Oh, you know her agent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's certain people that I'm not. Here's the thing. Do you want people to hang out with you and have fun, or do you want somebody corporate signing pops in the back room? Currently, Gina Carano's agent, since Elon Musk took her on as a client, it's politics. As sad as it is, but it's real life politics. Since Elon Musk turned her on as a client, he backed her up on the lawsuit or whatever, and she's going against Disney. So a agent that is very corporate, as corporate as it gets, came in and took her over. So 2 years ago, I would have got you Gina Carano. Right now, it's the Geico stage, man. Yeah. It's the Geico stage. Her agent is the Geico stage. And it's not like there isn't a place for the Geico stage. It's just not at ICCCON.
Yeah.
But I love her and I think she's great and I'd love to have her. So if she's watching your podcast, come on down, Gina. Let's leave the agents out of it. I'll take good care of you.
She follows us on Twitter, and I met her, and there's another YouTuber, Drunk 3PO, a friend of the channel, who's good friends with her and who goes to all the cons that she does. He's kind of like her, personal assistant type guy. So she's super sweet, super nice,
super sweet. She's great, and it's smart for her to have the agent she has.
And
smart.
her lines are always long. At the signings. At the cons. But yeah.
No, she would definitely make it. But honestly, to bring that presence on site makes it difficult for other guest stars.
Yeah.
It makes it also. It's the kind of agent where it's like, well, it's 4:15. Can we leave? And then you got to put them up at the Four Seasons in a different hotel where people from out of town don't realize that the Four Seasons is about 45 minutes away in traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And costs like $3,000 a night because this is Nashville, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Nashville. Everybody famous comes here. Everybody. Yeah. You should see the jets at our airport every day. It's bonkers.
I saw Warwick Davis going to Dollywood.
Yes, that was. If you want to hear the word here, I'll tell you one last story, then I got to go because I'm supposed to be eating dinner and I'm late and everything. But I'll tell you the Warwick Davis Dollywood story. You ready?
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Warwick Davis, he gets with me, right? And he goes, "Oh, Mike, I'd like to go to Dollywood," right? This is 3 days before the convention because nobody realizes that like 3 days before the convention, I'm like, where's this coming from? Let's do this and blah, blah, blah. So he just, and which is cool though, because Warwick Davis does call my phone, which is a freaking trip. So, but he calls me up. He goes, "Hey, Mike, I need you to do me a favor, man." I'm like, "What?" Right? He goes, "I want to go to Dollywood and I want to get a really cool, he wanted it's called the Road Warrior. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's like this limo van thing that's just bonkers.
Oh,
no. the craziest thing you've ever seen, right? So he wants this road warrior to take him to Dollywood, and then he wants a VIP tour. So this is right after the hurricane and stuff. So I'm calling people at Dollywood, and they're like, well, we're currently volunteering in like North Carolina, but as soon as I get back, I'll write you a message. And so I'm doing that back and forth. I finally secure the road warrior. I get that all set, right? And I get the Dollywood thing set up, and they're going to go, and everything's all set. All right. About 3 o'clock on Saturday, Warwick, I love Warwick, man, but he's a trip. 3 o'clock on Saturday, I get a message from Warwick, right? He texts me. He's like, hey, man, what about a helicopter? And I'm like, what are you talking about? What about a helicopter? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What do you want from me? And I'm like, Warwick, I go, I could probably figure out the helicopter, but I'm going to get creamed on the road warrior, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's not like they're going to give you the money back for that 3 hours before. So he was like, oh, man, but a helicopter would be awesome. I go, also, man, flying all the way to Knoxville in a helicopter is probably going to be super sketchy because it's like far and up and down mountains, and helicopters aren't the best with like mountains. And so I'm like, if you really want it, I'll try to figure it out or whatever. And I'm like, but I'm going to get creamed on the road warrior. And he's like, oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. You know, because like I'll do it. But do you know what a hassle it would be to get a freaking helicopter at 3 o'clock on a Saturday for a thing? And so, but yeah, Warwick's a trip, man. But they wanted to go out to Dollywood, and dude, it was hilarious. Like they came back because they were going back to England, right? And they had, I think, 1.5 little bags when they came. Somehow they had like 8 bags on the way home. He had a big old cowboy hat he got. They had the rip roaring his best time at Dollywood, man. They absolutely loved it. And it was really wonderful. And those kind of smiles that we put on their faces are the reason why Roy Davis is rolling around all weekend being like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
and like taking free pictures and whatever. I mean, it was a trip. And I don't know. That's what we have to focus on and keep making more of for this convention, because it is, man, it is, I don't know. It's a candle in the darkness, you know?
Well, we got a special message here, Mike, for you. Debbie Young sends in a $50 super chat. She says, hello, EBN family. Big thanks to you, Mike, for all you did and do for us Star Wars fans. Thanks for all the help and joy you brought to our angel Tron, one of our members who recently passed away. We always met him at the convention. He was not able to go this time, but we had a moment where we remembered him, but she wanted to write in that thank you to you personally.
Yeah, absolutely. Love Tron. He came for years. Great kid, and it's terrible to hear, but I hope wherever he is, he's having a wonderful time. And I hope Peter Cushing is there with him hanging out, you know, and Alec Guinness. So
real quick, Mike, before you leave, next time you talk to Warwick Davis, did he tell you that he had never been to Nashville before?
He said
has he never been to Nashville before?
He said that during the interview on stage.
Oh, he absolutely loved it, man. He loved it. He was like, he actually left all his extra pictures, and he's like, just hold on to these for next year. I'm like, well, usually I don't do back-to-backs, man, but you're cool. You know what I mean? But like, I still have all the pictures from his table, because he's like, just hold these for next year. I think he like worked his way in, you know?
Yes, on his panel, he said he had never been to Nashville before, but he actually has, because the first time I met him was him, Anthony Daniels, and who was it that played Boba Fett?
Jeremy Bullock.
Jeremy Bullock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all three of them were at a convention in Nashville back in
at the Hickory Hollow Mall.
Yeah.
And they were behind the mask characters, and all their autographs were $10 each.
Yep.
Whoa.
And they showed the early cut of the Star Wars Special Edition trailer. There. But
it was during the dark times, dude. You know what's funny? I bought a collection around here, and in the collection there was a flyer for it.
Really?
And I was like, that's awesome. And it was called Behind the Mask. It was their Behind the Mask tour.
Yeah.
And that's why it was mask characters. Yeah, man. Yeah. But no, it was a trip. We keep getting bigger and better. I mean, we've had some of the most amazing guest stars. Billy D. Williams, till the day I die, I will defend that man. He is awesome. He is the smoothest guy in the world. He is an absolute perfect gentleman and a wonderful person. And anybody that's ever given him grief is either stupid or met the wrong guy. I don't know. He was just so cool, man.
About him. I've never heard a bad thing about him.
He was so cool, man.
I have about other Star Wars actors, but never about him.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep bringing it, and it's going to keep growing because, you know, if you guys had 20 at your Echo Base last time and 40 at it this time and 10 at it the first time, that's the exact same way the IC started, guys.
Yeah.
We started off with 15 in a comic book shop in Lexington, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And now we're here. Where it's bonkers.
We will definitely be promoting IC for life, and you know,
thanks, man.
Icon is our home for the EBN meetup every single year, and so you know we'll be back next year.
And let me set the record straight. Let me set the record straight. There was vintage everywhere, baby.
Yeah.
We did find it. We did find it.
Well, that's the thing, man. It wouldn't be any fun if you didn't have to hunt for it a little.
That's true.
Yeah.
The room sales were awesome, man. That's the first time I ever.
So look, here's what's funny, and Mike, you'll appreciate this. Rissman, you know, one of our teammates here, he was looking for the G1 Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
We walked the floor. I mean, one guy was like, I think I had one earlier. He's gone. You know, we couldn't find one anywhere. So he lost all hope, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna go hit the room sales. Bro, we walked in and it was like the Holy Grail just sitting there. Like, oh my gosh, there he is.
And giving props, it was John Graber and his family who found it.
Yeah.
They'd been rambling around, and he texted me and he said, "Isn't this what you want?" And I said, "Yeah, it is." He said, "We want to buy it for you." And I said, "No, I'll be right there. I'll be right there." And so we coach are running.
I see him behind you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's behind me set up.
Yep.
Awesome. I love it, guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Bro.
Thanks for doing what you do. Thanks for keeping it alive. I appreciate it.
No, that's
much
what
love,
you do.
everybody. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep. Thanks for all your hard work, Mike, and we'll see you next year.
Oh, wow, guys. All right.
Man.
Welcome to the show. That was just the intro. Oh, my goodness, guys. Thank you all for being patient with your member chats and super chats. Let's run through these real quick, and we'll talk about there are no lows. You know how you say highs and lows? There were lows is that it ended and we all had to leave.
Yeah, when you had to go home, right? And go back to life.
In the weekend.
So fast.
Man,
it was fast.
So
crazy how fast it goes by, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, Sutton Creek Productions gifted 1 EBN membership. We appreciate that very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Graph Webb with a $2 super chat. # cancel Disney Plus every day. Thank you, Graph Webb. We appreciate that. Rogue Sarge, our brother, who was there at the convention with us, and then he on vacation went to see Iron Maiden in Arizona after that.
Yeah.
He has had quite the vacation, but great to see him. $20. It was so great to meet everyone at ICCC. Thank you, bro. Debbie has renewed her membership. Been a member for 43 months.
Hell, Mama Bear.
Right before she sent in this huge $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Debbie. We love you very much. And it's always a joy getting to hang out with Debbie. Just letting her be Mama Bear right there in front of everybody. It's very special. Toddzilla, $5. It was great hanging with you guys at ICC. Oh, Michael, you might remember I asked if you wanted to try ICCC in Las Vegas.
Oof, my goodness.
I didn't know that he had sent something straight to Michael, or I would have played or showed that to Toddzilla. My apologies, man. But thank you so much for that $5 super chat, bro. And it was great hanging out with you. At the convention. Absolutely. And then last but not least, Chad Admiral Thrawn, $2. Need Lars Mikkelsen or Ashley Eckstein? Ashley's been there.
She was there 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yep. Ashley's been there. But guys, what an incredible weekend from the toys, the room sales, walking the convention floor, seeing us being able to podcast together in the same room.
Oh, you finally got it signed.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, the DA.
Let me show you.
Was there when I got it signed. I was gonna get Timothy Zahn to sign this, but I had to get Gary to the airport, and he's normally there every year. So I was like, I'll give him to sign it next year. You know.
There you go. Got a good one.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's good. That's really good.
I got that one, and look.
That's awesome.
I got this art.
Yeah. I got you beat, Felix. Tim Rose gave me this one.
Yeah.
From The Last Jedi.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Rose was like, "You can have it. Nobody buys these.
Nobody buys these."
I was like, "Yeah, because it was one of the worst Star Wars movies ever made. Nobody likes that movie. That's why nobody buys it."
So look, man, the whole thing, just starting out. You know, for everybody who wants to know, the convention for us starts on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are not only are we having the meetup at the convention every year, and we're going to be there the whole time. We're making the Thursday night at Game Terminal the kickoff.
I knew we would.
Yeah, that place is awesome. So the first year at the Sheraton, when we first did this, that was the place that I found, Coach, that I was like, maybe we go hang out here one night, you know. But when we got to the hotel, it was like,
I just kept getting pizza that year, right? We had so much pizza.
Oh, and look, Game Terminal, Wisconsin beer cheeseburger.
Those burgers were good.
They were good.
Mm-hmm.
And they had my favorite beer on tap. I mean,
that's some good whiskey there too.
Yeah, they did. It was a great place.
It was fantastic. All the games, everybody there, people doing karaoke. It was just great. So then, you know, you go back to where you're staying, you wake up the next morning and it's convention time. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
And it's like we were so last year I didn't go to a single not one panel. And I went to several I can't even remember them all. We went to so many.
We went to a lot.
But it was worth it every moment. Like they would oh my Warwick Davis, seeing him, he was slaying the guy interviewing him in a hilarious way. I mean, he was just eating him up. And it was so funny. Getting to see Billy D. Williams, getting to see Amy Allen, getting to see the Rebel pilots. I mean, getting to see Mark Thompson.
Yes.
Like, and you get to ask them questions.
Yeah.
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 You know,
the accessibility.
Billy D's the only one I did not see there.
You didn't see, but he really had a good panel. Oh,
yeah,
he's
the only
I
one
don't remember
did.
you going to any panels.
I went to the ILM panel. Yeah, I went to the ILM panel. I went to the Warwick Davis panel, the Rebel Pilots panel.
You just didn't
Did
sit
you go
with
to
us.
Mark Thompson?
Yeah. I got there late, and I was.
You didn't sit with
in the
Echo
back.
Base Network.
No, I couldn't. They had the cameras going, and the where the little camera is, where you guys were sitting off to the right, they had chairs blocking it, so I couldn't even walk around that way. So,
well, if you stayed with us, you'd have been in there.
Yeah.
I think I've encountered the Billy D panel online somewhere, Nick. If I find it again, I'll send it to you. Someone recorded it and posted it.
Yeah, because I'd like to watch it for sure.
Well, we're gonna have to keep our eye open, and look. Typically, it's a while before he announces the date. Like we're going to be waiting a while before he announces the date for the next one. But as soon as he puts it in, I'm not penciling the date in. I'm writing it in Sharpie.
Yeah.
So the last time they put it on New Year's. So I don't know if he's gonna do it the same way this year. Like you need to be for the hotel. It's the New Year's probably, but it could change.
Yeah, I'm guessing it'll probably be February or March before we hear. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be in the fall again because there's no way. Because normally he has it in April, April or May every year. And this year it was in October.
Thank goodness. Give me October.
Yeah, I prefer it. I prefer it in the fall.
You don't want to be in the South in April.
Yeah.
You're going to be sticky.
Yeah.
It was hot enough in October. We didn't need it anymore.
It was.
Yeah, mid October would be even better. Like if you did mid October, like around the 15th or so.
And also the convention has something else. I had the chance to do cosplaying with my daughter. So if you're a cosplayer,
the Debbie outfit that you wore.
They took a huge picture of all the cosplayers.
Yeah,
right up front. Yeah, it's
and you can interact with other cosplayers because I had the chance to fight a Wolverine with Deadpool.
Yes,
so I had that
saw
chance.
them.
So you can get into character, and if you into it's great. That convention for this for that kind of stuff is perfect. So yeah,
very awesome, guys. Well, favorite moments.
For me, it was the panels. I'm a panel guy, right? That's what I've always enjoyed most at any. Not that I've been to so many, but to any of the conventions I've been to, is going to the panels and hear the accessibility of the panels. We were so close to the stage because it's a small venue, right? And so some of these people, like I saw Warwick Davis at Celebration, and DA did too, right? Not back up close and personal. Right. Except he almost ran over my foot one time on his scooter, but that was just happenstance. Right. But I mean, we were so close to the stage for every one of the panels. I could have listened to them just keep talking and talking and talking.
Yeah.
So to me, that was phenomenal.
I'm not someone who's really good at sitting and listening to people talk. Like, I get bored with it real fast. I have to really be interested to sit for an entire hour and pay attention to what you have to say. Mm-hmm. Every panel had me from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. It's like my ADD never kicked in. I was there with them the whole time. Like, it was great. I just wanted it to keep going.
Agreed.
Especially Warwick Davis. Just keep going.
Right. And I mean, obviously that's secondary to me, the courtyard is always like we've done before. I would go and just sit in the courtyard, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah, and that's what we've done in the past.
Yeah, walk around and do a little.
We still got to do a ton of that too.
Yeah,
like there was time for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I didn't feel rushed. And like I said, we got to the panels, we got to the food trucks, we got to the courtyard. We did. I mean, there wasn't one thing that we didn't do for me anyway.
We did it all.
It was great.
Yeah, I did everything I wanted to do. The best part for me was that Tim Rose story we was talking about Leia Thompson. Man, that was the best. that was my highlight of the whole weekend, man.
That
Just
was
hearing
at
him tell
table.
that story. That story was amazing. I loved it. And just his just charm and humor. I mean, he's a cool dude. And then of course, obviously, just hanging out on the courtyard. Eating hella hot chicken. That was good.
But Derek, just to clarify, so folks understand, that wasn't a story he told in a panel. That was a story he told at his sign-in table when we stopped by to say hello.
Nick was getting his that's when you got your Admiral Akbar signed, right?
No, I was there for the story. We didn't have nothing signed. We were just there saying,
okay,
that's right. We were just
that was the first time because I talked to him and his wife like 3 times all weekend.
Okay.
I had several conversations with them throughout the weekend.
But he remembered us from our interview.
Yep.
So that's what we were sitting there talking to him about, and he just kept going about. He's a great storyteller, and he will talk you to death, and I love it. Like, so, but he told that great story about Leah Thompson that was hilarious.
And we didn't have anything to sign. Some poor lady showed up with something to sign, and I was finally like, "Hey, you need to sign."
Hey, Jim, you got some people here.
You got people here trying to give you money.
Telling stories.
Shit with us.
Thank you, Debbie, for the $4.99 super chat. It can't be the mid-October next year, or I can't go.
Because 10/18 will be
10/18 will be our 50th anniversary. Well,
congratulations!
Hopefully it won't be the exact same time.
Yeah.
There was so many special moments for me. I wanted to recreate this moment. My daughter doing the
with the
art. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah,
that was a cool
and she looked really good in that. That was a great outfit that she had.
That was great.
Yeah.
That moment there. Yeah, that cosplay there. I love that. Yeah, it was. I will remember that always.
Yeah, you need to get that printed out and framed.
Yeah. It's unique.
Yeah. And that R2 was sassy. Whoever's controlling that R2, R2 had some sass.
There were several. There were a couple of ones. There was one that was kind of like dirty, more like Dagobah style, and then there was one that was clean cut, like Empire. You know what I mean? Like it was that one had music and everything.
We actually our good friend Mark's 47, who I don't know if he's still in chat, but we met him at the one 2 years ago. Because he's a R2 builder, and he brought his to Icon.
What a beautiful machine too.
So
yeah.
Michael Havens kind of touched on this a little bit, but we get into the news, making content, and look, Star Wars is so overly negative right now, and I don't mean that critically. I mean, that's just the reality of it. That's where we are. It's in a very bad place. So when, I feel that Star Wars is dead, it's like, it's in such a bad place.
Yep.
But then you go to this convention, and it brings you back to the Star Wars that you love.
George Lucas Star Wars.
The Star Wars that I grew up with. And it just revitalizes me. I was struggling with making content. Once the Acolyte ended, me and Nick were like, ugh.
Yeah.
We didn't even make the plan to take a break. We just stopped doing videos, and then it was like, hey, we're taking a break. Yeah, we're taking a break.
Yeah.
We didn't make a video for 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was over a month.
Yeah,
it was.
But you know what happened? I go to Icon. I get to hang out for 3 days with all my EBN family. I'm staying in a house with the DA, having conversations about YouTube. And when I get home, with the exception of my computer dying,
which we got up and running, basically got a new computer now.
We did. I'm ready to make content again. And you know why? Because Icon revitalized me.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Time to get back on trashing Disney Star Wars.
Give it a month. Give it a month.
Yeah. Let's get ready for Skeleton Crew
in a month and a half. So
it's coming.
I hope that at least it's decent.
I think it will be.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, I think it's going to be decent.
If the story,
anything's better than the Acolyte.
If the story I've heard about what it's really about is true, it's going to be wild. It's going to be really wild.
Your computer offed itself because of all the Acolyte content. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh my, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. We got to get knee pain out there and got all of you.
Yeah.
We got 250 people here right now.
Knee pain could literally do a Star Wars panel out there.
We need really 200 people at the EBN meetup at Icon next year.
Yeah.
I know we can do it.
Yeah, we easily can, man.
Let's go for 100. We'll lower it to 100. Let's get 100 people.
Was this the biggest turnout that you guys had this year?
I think so.
Yeah, I think there was. Okay. We kept having to get more tables.
It was pretty sizable.
Yeah, Loki and Michael probably make the one next year. They couldn't make this one this year. Mike
X-Wing too, right?
Mike might bring his son next year. So,
and what Michael said, I think, was true for some of our folks this year. They prioritized how many conventions they could go to just because of the situation, right? The economic situation. You can't.
Yeah,
a few years ago, it was
being friendly,
easier.
buddy.
Yeah. For the travelers, for the people who are traveling and flying.
Knee Pain says he's going to cosplay KK.
Yeah, he will.
All right, so keeping it in based on what he said and realistic, who would you guys like to see in terms of celebrities down the road at Icon?
I mean, I like the I guess the Clone Wars trio. Yeah, Ashley Eckstein, what's his name?
Matt
Matthew Lanter and James Arnold Taylor.
James Arnold
They were there 2
I
years
guess throw
ago.
D. Bradley Baker in there as well. I mean, that would be awesome, to have them, show up. So I would love that.
And they put on a great panel whenever they're together too, right? I know I'm all on the panels, but they do a really good panel together.
They did I think they did one at Star Wars Celebration. For I don't know if it was it wasn't Rebels. It was the Clone Wars panel. But yeah,
they did one at MegaCon when they were in Orlando as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is there anybody in the original trilogy that you guys would like to see? Because look, I mean, I keep saying it. The sand is running out.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that makes this special. Because when you go to a convention and Wedge Antilles walks out and Lando Calrissian walks out and Wicket walks out, that you can't get no more Star Wars than that.
Right.
It would have been cool to see Eric Walker, who played Mace in the Ewok movies, up there with Warwick Davis.
Look, and I love Eric Walker. He's been on our channel before.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could be. You know, the thing is like, what would the demand be for him? We would love it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But it would be cool to see him. It really would. Timothy Zahn should go every year. Warwick Davis was so good, he should go every year.
Yeah. And I think he liked it so much, he told Michael, like, hey, hang on to these photos for me. Save them for next year. You know? Yeah, I would definitely like to see him back for sure. I didn't get to see Lando. Or I didn't get to see Lando, so I wouldn't mind seeing Billy D come back again also. But
I can't really think of very many original trilogy people.
Unfortunately, so many of them are gone now. It's almost like you have to start thinking of prequel stars.
Anthony Daniels coming back would be cool.
Daniel,
you know, get freaking Palpatine back there again.
I wonder how much Hayden Christensen, like if that
Hayden Christensen was on my mind also.
He's the one non-original trilogy that I would be excited to see.
Yeah.
Like, I like Ewan McGregor, but I don't think that's doable.
Yeah, no.
But Hayden Christensen should be, I would think.
You know,
I mean, if he can afford to get Billy D. Williams out there, I'm sure he could afford to get Hayden Christensen.
Well, I mean, the man paid for William Shatner. So let's just go over to other. Let's cross streams.
Yeah.
Let's cross franchises. We've had William Shatner there. What other celebrities from other franchises would you guys like to see?
And he had a lot of Star Trek people there. He had Odo from DS9, Deanna Troi.
He did.
What's his face from guy who was in Ted. From
Sam Jones.
Yeah, Sam Jones. What was the movie?
Flash Gordon. Fool.
Yeah, Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Brain fart.
Better than Goonies.
Yeah, so he was there. So he had a lot of celebrities that first year that were not Star Wars. You know, and I think that would be cool to have him get, you know, a couple other people not Star Wars related to show up there as well. Thrawn, we missed you this year, buddy.
We did.
Yeah, we missed you.
I sent him
Thrawn.
some messages.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to tell you, you know what, how this has reinvigorated me? My second display case that I've been talking about for months.
I like this thing, man.
Oh,
I like
my
seeing
goodness.
this guy there, man.
Ron. Coach
Ron
likes
Rudat.
him too.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean that would be cool to get some of those guys that, you know, made the animation. I don't know, you know, who would be available or anything, but
The voice
you
actor
know, like
for Optimus
the
Prime.
guys that wrote G.I.
Peter
Joe
Cullen.
and
Peter Cullen.
Matthew just said that same thing in
Transformers, get
chat.
some of those voice actors.
Yeah.
That would be cool. You know, I'd be down for that.
Any of that 80s.
The voice of
80s.
Lion-O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him there. You know, just there's a bunch. You know, if you go beyond Star Wars, you could do quite a bit there.
Yeah.
Hell, get Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. Oh, he is so old.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not a young man anymore.
Yeah, he is. He does not even look.
Bro,
even-
Billy D. Williams is 87.
Yeah, but he still looks like Billy D. Sergeant Slaughter don't even look like Sergeant Slaughter. He looks like a homeless guy on the street.
Welcome. What's up, maggot?
Yeah.
I said maggot, you two.
I know
Maggot.
what you said. I know.
Yeah. Somebody's done clip it. Oh, coach said a no word. Reporter on YouTube.
Oh man. So any other thoughts, convention guys? Like DA, was it everything you expected and more, or
Oh, it was more
better?
It was way bigger and better than not bigger. Again, that's what makes it cool is that it's intimate. You know, because like I said, I've been to a ton of conventions over the last couple of years, and you know, like Mike has said, it's just so corporate. You know, everything is about big stars, big names. There's product everywhere. You know, there's big, like you were saying, the Geico stage. You know, there's EA Sports. I remember being a big logo I saw at an anime convention for EA Sport or EA Games or whatever. So you got these big corporations that kind of take over. Amazon, I remember, was a big one at one of the Star Wars celebrations I went to. So it's like, it's nice where it's like you don't have all of this product and all this corporate stuff, and it's just fans hanging out, talking Star Wars and looking for toys, and that's like, yeah, that kind of brings us right back to childhood. Yeah, I loved it, man. I can't wait to go back. I'll probably be bringing some extra people with me next time.
Yeah, Melvor, I got a G1 Jazz in the box, and I also got a complete mint Superion, and Rissman over there got a complete Megatron G1. So eat your heart out, Melvor.
Yeah. Oh,
we had a time trying to transform that thing too.
Oh, it was.
I'm good with it now, DA, but we sure did.
No, we sure did. They literally had. I mean, the room sales $4, $6.
That's a really good looking Luke there for $4.
Yeah. Like $10 for this Lando with his weapon. This was like $15 for an Anakin.
Nice.
So the room sales there, man, there were some good deals. Gary Ambrosia got some of the mini rigs that he had when he was a kid. Got a Boba. The Boba Fett was pricey. It was like $55, but man, it was in really good shape. That's the most expensive figure. And shout out to Gary Ambrosia, who I stream with on Doomcock stream. Which actually, DA, aren't you going to be on Doomcock stream?
Yeah, I'm
going to
be on Doomcock this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Gonna have to race home from work to get that.
Yeah. So Gary is hooked me up with all these figures at these room sales.
Major shout out to Gary Ambrosia for giving us a piece of the Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he had done that.
Yeah, yes. I gave Coach his. Here's mine. This is actually from the out there in the desert, the part of the Sarlacc pit, and Coach has one as well. So but I told Sean Carter I gave you your R5.
Love it, right there in my case.
Yeah. Did you glue the antenna back on?
Not yet, but I'm going to. Well, you didn't have to say that on the screen. The antenna broke off, but hey, it is R5. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it looks badass. He did a good job on that.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, like the paint.
It's like something you would buy at the store.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I got this matching lightsaber necklace with my daughter. It's Anakin's. So they were for $10. So they have all the lightsabers. That was the one of the
cool stuff there.
Yeah. They had also this. I got I don't know if you can see the Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon, we see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very cool.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw this. Tim Rose gave me this. Dawson'sAuctions.co.uk. Entertainment auction, including items from Tim Rose's personal collection. October 30th.
That's coming up quick.
Yeah. So the end of the month, Tim Rose is going to actually be selling pieces from his personal collection. Star Wars.
Can you see all the items now?
Probably. I don't know if they have them listed. I haven't been to the site yet.
What's it called?
Dawson's auctions.co.uk.
So usually they put the lots up a couple of weeks ahead of time, right? So it's about
you got to know what's coming.
Yeah, and it's the 14th. So I mean, that's in
just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, two weeks. But yeah,
got it.
Did you get it?
Yeah, here.
But yeah, his wife gave me that card, and
well, that's cool.
There it is. Nice.
There's a bunch of Star Wars magazines, bunch of hats. Frank Oz signed Yoda hat.
Lot 5.
Oh, there's
that's
the Salacious.
Scrum.
Mm-hmm.
Signed by him. That's I guess all his false face or head
his little
molds.
masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some Last Jedi merch for you, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll be curious to see what that goes for.
The Dark Crystal promotional poster. That is awesome.
You know what? I never even talked to him about Dark Crystal.
He talked to me about Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Well, in his panel, people asked about Dark Crystal, right?
Okay.
I think it was in the panel we heard some about it. Yeah.
Now, Felix, you got to take off.
Yeah, I gotta take off. But it was a pleasure talking to Mike. You know, it's
Ooh.
yeah, it's a great
Star
guy.
Wars. Oh, episode 8 quilted crew jacket. No, sir.
Great to see you, Felix. Thanks for joining.
Well,
yep.
Thanks, nice seeing you again, bro.
Bye. Thanks.
See you,
Have a good one.
Felix.
Bye.
Take care, brother.
Later, bro. Still looking for some more Star Wars Tim Rose goodies. There's a lot of stuff. Bunch of autographed pictures and stuff.
Oh, what's a guitar? Is that Les Paul?
It's a bass.
1965 Framus.
This is the last page of goodies right here. Yeah.
Okay.
So he did have a few things on there. Pretty neat.
May not be a complete set of lot yet. There may be more. Sometimes they'll put a little bit up and put a little bit up later when it gets entered in. So worth checking.
True. True that. You know what this did for me? Like I got home and I was like recovering from being out with you fools for 3 straight days.
Everything is sore from all that walking.
Oh
too.
my
All those-
gosh.
Everything
Yeah.
is
Well,
sore.
And that's the nice thing about having the courtyard right there. Like, if you're like, man, I gotta sit down. I just need to have a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice, man.
You just
like
walk
a
out
lot
to
of
the
times.
courtyard or go to the bar.
Yeah, like yeah, you don't have a place to sit. You know,
I mean,
it's
it
like
was-
that was nice to have a place to crash if you were tired.
Yeah.
Like, let me come back to this table. Let me chill. And there's usually somebody there to talk with and chop it up with. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice having a little hangout.
I feel
spot.
like I didn't get to relax. Like every time I turned around, like for instance, like Derek walks into the retro arcade and he's like, "Hey, we're going to do karaoke," and I'm like, "I've never done karaoke."
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, wait a minute.
That ain't how it happened at all.
Oh, man.
Now, that
It
was
was
fun
great.
too, man. I showed everybody that video. They're like, "Who's that guy next to you?" I said, "Oh, that's Coach." I said,
Yeah.
"Coach." I said, "Coach can't rap, man." It's like, no, he can't.
No, he can't. He tried though.
He
tried.
gave it his best though, but yeah,
He
entertainment.
did pretty good for a white boy.
Yeah.
in the South.
Yeah. I'm proud. You took the first verse. That's the easy one. That's the one
Yeah,
I know.
I know. That's why I
you
took it.
The second one's kind of tough. The second one is
You said,
tough.
which one do you want? You want the first verse or the second? I'm like, give me that first verse.
But
That's
we
the one
killed-
everybody knows.
But we killed the third one.
Yeah. We did it, man. We did that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, so speaking of Melvor earlier, I meant to tell you he texted me tonight while we were on the stream because I told him that Billy and Jay were coming to Huntsville in February for that game jam.
He's talking about the
con.
Game Chasers guys.
Yeah, the Game Chaser guys, and who Melvor and Jay are brothers, but he said, "F those two chumps." No, unfortunately, there's no way I can make that. So he's not gonna be there. But Billy, and
I'm still
Jay
going to try to
and-
go with you.
Yeah, Billy J. And
But the
Robert.
Melvor is my favorite of all the Game Chasers by far.
Wow.
So that is kind of a bummer for me.
Yeah. You need to go to Retropalooza with me one year, either to Dallas or Houston.
Yeah. I have to pick these getaways very carefully.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about Icon. I joke around and tell people it's my one time a year to get out. I mean, not that I'm like stayed locked up, but it's like the only time of the year I get to get out and just nerd out, basically.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't get to do that. And so it was awesome.
Yeah. It's a good it's nice kind of getting together with the guys, you know, and having kind of a guys weekend. You know, hanging out. Yeah, it's fun. I like going to Icon every year.
Yep.
Like I say, biggest complaint is it seems like it starts and then it's over. Just goes by too fast.
I agree. Well, any last thoughts or anything, guys, as we wind this one down? I know that Nick and I are going to be getting some videos out, maybe do a little bit of game streaming here. Maybe even later on tonight. Don't be shocked if I'm not saying we are, just don't be shocked if you don't see us back on here doing some gaming later on.
Yeah, Coach needs to turn all his lights off and go through alien isolation.
Oh no.
Is that keyboard and mouse or is that a controller?
Keyboard and mouse. Or you can play with a controller. Either or. I played it on PlayStation, so I did it on a controller. But it's gonna look way better on that monitor yours on a PC. But man, you will freaking shit your pants in some of the moments in that
I've
game.
watched some people play that game. They did it up right on that.
Man, there was some nights I was here by myself. It'd be like 2 a.m. I'd get done playing. I'm like, man, I need to turn some lights on and watch some cartoons or for a minute before I go to bed or something.
So look,
Man, that game
I
was
mean,
freaky.
I want to play it, but I am dying to play Transformers War for Cybertron.
You played that before, though.
Yeah, like in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah, you never played this game.
I hadn't played it since then. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, DA, Risman, last words. What you got going on? Anything you want to say here at the end?
I mean, normal stuff. If you guys haven't subscribed, come check me out. I'm about to drop a couple of videos tonight. That's pretty much it. I did get to see Transformers 1, and I thought that was absolutely great, man.
See, another one.
I
still haven't seen it.
How good that movie was. It literally was like, I did not expect the emotion and that kind of turn at the end. I was surprised. So yeah, it's not what we thought it was going to be when we saw that first trailer. Yeah, it's an amazing movie. I enjoyed it. So yeah, finally got to see that. So yeah, I might do a review on that. I'm not sure, but other than that, just normal content. You guys know.
It struggled to get not even 111 million now on a $75 million budget. I mean, it just didn't perform, and it's such a shame. Think
about the promotion and the trailer didn't help.
Think about the Joker though. Joker 2 is got its video release date, its VOD release date.
Yes.
In less than a month.
Yes.
It's dropping October 29. Movie came out last week?
Yeah.
That's boy. I mean, you want to talk about an absolute failure for a movie. So I got a video coming up on that. But
it came out while we were at ICON. It came out while we were at ICON, right?
It was the industry's, it was standard practice. Movies did not hit home media for 3 months.
Yeah.
It was 3 months from box office before you would see them,
sometimes longer. Yeah.
Hang on. Go ahead and close this down, Nick. I got something going on. I need to run. Guys, we'll be back.
All right. Good to see you, Coach.
Yeah. So also shout out to Sundowners Club, who told us about Game Terminal.
I saw him in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but yeah, good to see him.
Yep.
As well.
So shout out to Sundowners. It sucks that he didn't get to hang out and stay for the weekend and hang out with everybody. But yeah, he made it out. Ted, old Star Wars nerd, Debbie, Donna, who helped out a ton, Matt Tween hooking it up with the wings. So yeah, it was so much fun. I love going to this thing every year. God, there were so many people there. I can't even remember everybody that was even there.
Brandon Deeks,
Deeks,
Godzilla,
Paul,
Paul Michael.
Yeah, I hung out with
Westbrook.
Godzilla. Todzilla,
Yep,
Matt
yep,
Tween. We
Godzilla
had
was
great
there.
conversations
Yep.
with those two guys. Debbie, Donna,
Yeah.
awesome. Felix, of course, hanging out. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Sundowners. Yeah, saw you too, bro. It was awesome. Everybody that came out, and made my first Echo Base meetup a memorable one. Thank you very much. I had a blast, and I'm looking forward to it again. Looking forward to seeing any of you that didn't make it, because it was awesome, man. I had a great time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And as soon as Michael announces the dates for next year, it's normally 2 months or so, maybe later, where you can actually put in for press passes.
Yeah.
Any of our content creators out there, like Stone Loki got a press pass last year. We'll get Gary Ambrosia to put in for a press pass for next year, because he'll be representing Doomcock's channel over there. Which again, guys, if you guys just got here late, me and the DA will be on Doomcock's stream Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. But yeah.
Oh, and thank you, Jake. Thanks to Graber from picking us up from the airport.
Oh, yes, he did. He did.
Griffin, he picked us up from the airport.
Always coming in.
I was supposed to, but I'm always running late. I always have crap that comes up. But I was getting there as fast as I could.
But yeah,
Graber took you back.
And then he took me back to the airport.
Yeah, so I didn't have to wait around till 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. So shout out to Graber for that. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. And his daughter Megan and her husband who were there also, who were on Gary's ass about Gary with one R. It was so funny. We were talking about that in Doomcock stream last Wednesday night. Gary with one R.
Just a mess.
Yeah. Valiant, that some of that Park Place crew showed up and we're hanging out. It was great to hang out and meet up with those guys. So yeah, all around, man, it was a great weekend. I hope everybody here in chat can come to ICCCON next year, because it is a completely different kind of con than any kind of con you've ever been to.
I'm not even sure we did it as much as we try. It's hard to do it justice to actually explain what it's like,
really
right? Because it's just so different than your traditional convention. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, guys, anything else you guys want to say or comment on before we wrap up and close it down?
No, just great to see everybody here tonight as always.
Yep. Thanks, guys, for all the super chats that you sent. Coach didn't play a video for you guys earlier, but you know what? I am going to play one for you guys because that's how I roll.
So Mediator has decided 1 point Valiant Renegade. That is a very, very valid argument.
Bring me some pizza rolls.
What you're really saying, Valiant, though,
May the force be with you. For me, to Papa.
Just classic.
That was the second time you met Valiant in person, wasn't it?
I met him at MegaCon.
Yeah, MegaCon. Yeah,
met him down in Orlando.
Yeah, but guys, that is going to do it for us. For me, Coach, the DA, and Rissman. Thank you to all, and to all a good night. We will see you guys on the next show. Bye, guys.
See y'all.
Hello, my name's Tim Rose, and I'm with you here at Echo Base today. I've had a great time, and I played Admiral Akbar in Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens, and finally in The Last Jedi. But the one thing that I seem to be remembered more than anything else is, it's a trap.
Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens.